All right, guys, let's take a look at the Longines HydroConquest. This is the 41 millimeter variant. There are a couple other sizes. I think there's a 43 and maybe even a 39 in their current lineup, but 41 would be, I think, the sweet spot. It should cover the range of wrist sizes more universal than the other two sizes. So let's just cover the size of this case here. It is a 41 if you measure from here to here, and the lug to lug is about a 50 millimeter. The thickness is only 12 millimeter thick, with that sapphire crystal being flat up top. The lug width here is a very tight 21 millimeter. So the reason I say tight 21, because I don't know, maybe you could do some straps that are 20 mil might fit in there. But really, this thing should live on the bracelet. The bracelet is that good. So it is a 21, and the bracelet tapers down to 19. You have some stamped parts of the clasp, but the center butterfly is milled out, and it is a simple friction fit there and a friction fit there with a fold over. You only have 3 micro adjust, and you do have a dive extension that most people aren't going to use anyway. That's fully stamped as well. So decent enough clasp, pretty thin, which I like. And then the bracelet does have half link, so that is a nice feature. And it looks like we're using, I don't have any of the pins out. Are these screw pins? I think these are split pins. Yeah, that's a very robust split pin, actually. One of the more robust split pins I've seen. So that works pretty good. Usually they're just kind of like a rolled metal. That one actually looks like it's a machined piece of steel with a slit on the outer port with it flared. So it's a very nice, robust split pin. So easy enough to size. Actually, I find those are easier to size than certainly pin and collar, and often cases even easier than screw links. 6 millimeter screw down crown, keeping the 300 meter water depth rating. And in this sized configuration to fit my 7 1/4 inch wrist, it weighs in at 171 gram. Has 120 click bezel, nice action on it, very consistent, smooth across the circumference there. A little bit of play in it, and it lines up perfect. This one's all green. On this one, you can order them without bracelets, with straps. There's a ton of different colorways for this, including even some two-tone ones, both in a PVD coated gold color and a PVD rose gold in some circumstances. So tons of options, whatever your preferences are for colors. The movement inside is the Longines L888. I don't know if it's the 0.3 or the 0.5. I'm still trying to figure some of that stuff out, but it looks like a newer ETA version that is slowed down, added power reserve, so it beats at 25,000 or 25.2 K vibrations per hour, and has somewhere between a 62 and 64 hour power reserve. Silicon hairspring, so it's going to have some anti-magnetic properties, and really all of that is sourced originally from the ETA 2892. They just modified it, slowed it down, added power reserve and silicon hairspring and all that. And that's why it's partly the reason why it's so thin as well, because that original base movement is very thin. I did throw this on the time grapher. It is running at a ±0. It's actually running like perfect, so can't really complain about that. Retail price $1,600. You should be able to get some sort of deal. On the secondary market, I see these trending anywhere from like $900 to $1,200, $900 to $1,200. So gripes. One of my gripes is, and I think this would be for a lot of people, is the stem and the crown and the crown guards. The way they're angled and how sharp they are, and then the way they did this crown, I'm a little confused on why they didn't give us those traction all the way to the edge. Instead, they added like this flared and this detail on the end there, which would be great if it was a push-pull crown, but we have a screw-down crown, and to wind it, not that you need to wind your watch, your automatic watch, very often, it every time you turn it like this, like the sharp edges of the crown guards are actually kind of biting you a little bit. I guess you could use that to pull the crown out, but easy enough to adjust. And then the same thing when you're screwing it in, like it's a little weird because you're you're not even using the traction in there. You're using this here, so you're having to just pinch it and just kind of suffer through it until you get it locked down. But anyway, that's like pretty much my only gripe. If we zoom in on this guy, that was a fast zoom, sorry about that. You can see that beautiful dark green matte dial with the Arabics at the 12, 6, and 9, interrupted the 3 with a date window. And you have a full polished handset there with a diamond being used for the, not an actual diamond, but diamond shaped used for the hour hand, and a lollipop second hand. Super legible, easy to read, no problems there. And it should have really nice loom. We will check that out at the end. You have polished center links on the bracelet. I did say the bracelet is very good, and I am saying like it flows really good. Almost kind of reminds me of how a Breitling would feel. They're like a nice solid bracelet, but they flow really good and they're super flexible. So if we, oh, it has a really nice case back too. I like the case backs on Longines. Solid end links, all that good stuff. Let's pop this guy on wrist so you can see what it looks like on my 7 1/4 inch wrist. There you go. Looks, feels, wears great. Excellent AR coating on this. I'm not sure if it's on the top as well, but it almost seems like it could be on the top and bottom. If you guys know, let me know. But it's hard to get like reflections on the crystal, so I suspect it has it on the top and bottom. Here it is next to the SKX, just for size comparison. Much thinner and more of a traditional shaped for a dive watch. Hard to beat it at its price point. It really is, guys. It's a phenomenal watch. Let's kill the lights and check the loom on this. I would guess that to be BGW9, as it is a blue tone and it's not crazy bright. I know you're seeing that as a very nice loom on the video, but it is a it could be much brighter, but it is plenty legible. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Big thanks to Jerry for allowing me to check this out and share it with you. I'll see you guys in the next video.